help. I want to get you guys' opinion about something. So, I'm trying to think, where do I start? Where do I start? Because I want to give you all the details. And these are honest details. Like, I don't know what to call them. So I'm going to have to give you the honest details. And hopefully this all call to the masses, to the world, will help me come up with the answer. Because I don't have an answer. I don't know what to say. And here it goes. So, hey everybody, I'm Kelly Marisha. And they're like, where do I start? I graduated from the top high school in Kansas City, Kansas. And if you were from Kansas City, Kansas, or no, I graduated from the top high school. I have my bachelor's degree in marketing from Emporia State University. I also have 2 licenses in cosmetology, which is hair, skin, and nails, in the state of Kansas and in the state of Texas. And in 2019, I decided to leave that all. I decided to retire. I decided to travel full time. Now, a couple things about me. I was raised really to be a princess. I really was. And so things just in my life have always worked out for me. Like always. I've always had favor in things. I've always never had to beg. Like things have always just worked out for me. And of course, that was my youth. So I think with youth comes a certain level of naivety and things that I didn't know, conversations that I didn't know were being had in communities I had no clue about because definitely I was raised sheltered, but definitely I was raised to be a princess. So I wasn't raised to really work hard. I've got all these degrees and whatnot, but I just wasn't really raised to work hard, let alone kind of work. So in 2019, I couldn't pick my words wise on this part, right? and this is for just energetic reasons why I'm picking the right words, not because of energetic reasons within myself. Definitely not outside opinions. I could care less. I care to hear your comments about what I'm asking, but not to have comments about this specific point that I'm trying to express. In 2019, I had an incident happen that just kind of reminded me that life is cliche, right? It is what you make of it. And I realized that I had tapped into my spiritual bag. I had left Christianity. And I realized that I was able to do so much more with my life, that I was able to manifest what I needed. I was able to really just tap into the energy of being a princess. I was raised to be a princess. I was not raised to be a worker, right? I wasn't. My mom and dad did not, first of all, not really my mom, my dad, he didn't want me to work. My first full-time job that I ever got, I think I was 24, and that's not the problem, but it was not a very complicated job. It was more physical than mental, brain job. It was way more physical, and the things were repetitive, which was no problem. I didn't mind that. But anyway, so now it's in 2019. I have left Christianity. I'm no longer a Christian. I'm actually an atheist at this point. And that's not what we're here for, but stay with me. I'm just giving you guys details because I need your help. I'm on a dating app and this man has asked me, where do I work? That's where we're getting to, okay? I'm trying to give you some details because I'm trying to date. I'm trying to date. I'm trying to, well, maybe not date. Maybe I'm just trying to have conversations because I don't think I even know how to do this, right? I don't. I don't know what that means, but retype that so I can know what you're saying. I'm very interested in what you're saying, but I don't know. So anyway, so I'm trying to just give you guys some what's I still don't know what that means. What's you with match? I don't know what that means. So let me finish telling you. So in 2019, I had this incident happen. I'm like, girl, get the hell out of here. So I started traveling. I sold my car and I bought a one-way ticket to Europe. And really since 2019, I really have been very transient. But in a way where I've never had to ask anybody for anything because I manifest everything that I need, right? So now I'm on this dating website. And for most of you that don't know, hey, everybody, Kelly Marisha, I live in Mexico. And I've been in Mexico for 3 years. To the point where, and I'm going to turn the phone around because I want you guys to see this. I talk about this all the time, right? This SUV, can you see that SUV? That's a 1995 Ford Explorer. And I lived in this for 2 months. I lived in this for 2 months. And in 2022, I knew that I wanted to come to Mexico. I knew that I wanted to live out of the country. I'm just that girl. Like I never once thought I was going to be in the United States for the rest of my life. I always knew that I was going to live in another country. And Mexico was my pick because it's a 3-hour flight away from my mom. And if I had to drive, I could. It's landlocked, right? We're locked together by land, so there's no water that I can't cross over with my vehicle, okay? So that was one of the reasons why I chose Mexico. Also, because I figured it would be easier for me to integrate into the Mexican culture. And to my Spanish, it's getting much better, right? It's getting much better, but I knew that I could get on to Spanish and I could survive down here a lot better. So I've been down here for 3 years. I don't have to ask anybody for anything. I take care of my own bills every month. I take care of, I'm getting ready to travel to Dallas in about 3 weeks. So the point I'm trying to make is I don't have to ask anybody for anything. I'm taking care of myself very fine. As you see, ain't missed no meals. I'm just as beautiful and chunky as ever, right? What do I say when men are asking, where do you work? Right? Because I feel like when I'm telling them that I'm not working, they automatically lump me into the sprinkle. And don't get me wrong, I think sprinkle is amazing, right? I think her advice and what she's telling people is true. What I don't like about her is she lacks emotion. And to me, I think that what she's discussing is great for the initial and the beginning, but if you're going to be with somebody that you can't love, forget it. I'm not interested in that. I'm very much interested in them, providing and doing the things that men are supposed to do because I grew up in a home with a father. I grew up in a home with a brother. I grew up in a family with a grandfather, 2 grandfathers that were active. Like both, even my mom and my dad come from 2-parent homes. And I come from, so I'm like generationally two-parent homes. And people from 2-parent homes girls from 2-parent homes can expect different things. Our standards are different. Our expectations are damn sure different, right? I didn't just come from a 2-parent home, but I actually came from like a socialite family, especially my dad's family. They were very much into going to events and the name. Like if you say our name in the city where I'm from, especially in the church arena, that name is noted. And especially when I was younger, like my facial features looked just like my family. And there was like absolutely no time where there could be a substitute teacher at any of the schools and they would look at me and be like, we know who your people are. Because I look just like them, right? We all look alike. So I came from something very strong and very foundational and very traditional. And even though I'm not very traditional in many of my ways, in one of those ways, I do want to attract a husband that wants. I don't care. I'm not trying to make anybody provide. I am intentionally looking for someone who has that energy of provision. Like they don't care what I do for a living because they're going to be providing. So what does it matter what I do for a living when their money is the one that's going to be taking care of everything? That's what I'm used to. That's what I'm accustomed to. If I don't find that, and I'm just being very clear, I'm not unhappy by myself because going back a few minutes in the video, I take care of everything. I have everything. If I were lonely, I would move back to the United States. I'm not lonely. It's not that I think I hate to say that I'm almost using it as an experiment because I really love social science. I love communication. I love navigating problems with people, like when they're having miscommunications. I love when I can listen to both of them and hear that they're saying the same thing and help them come to a resolution. I love that. I dig that. So to do that, it does mean talking to people and getting to know people and getting to know their ideals and where they come from and their beliefs and even some of their traumas and all that jazz. So I enjoy doing all that. And but I'm just running into now. Will I say this? Online is probably not the best place to find to attract or magnetize those kind of men that are able to provide and want to provide because of character. Like the character of that kind of man. So I'm gonna use my dad, right? My dad is the great person to use. And I do have, my mom has a son that is 5 years older than me. So I can look at these two examples of men and tell you that these two men would never, could never, are never going to be online. And first of all, not even going to be online at all. Like social media, never going to have an account, right? To even be online, because to them, that's a waste of time. To them, it's let's work, let's generate revenue. And if we're not working, then we're resting. And if we're not resting, then we're working. Like, so that's the kind of men that I grew up with. And so time wise, character wise, the character of those type of men wouldn't be sitting online an exuberant amount of time, or even like having enough time to interact with people online. So I realized that I might be in the wrong area, just because the type of men that are on these dating websites typically tend to be men that don't like rejection. So they get online because they can safely swipe right or left without feeling their ego being punched, right? I get it when men say that they don't like rejection. That's scary for me, because it's kind of like, you want to lead a family, but you're afraid of a verbal rejection? It's words. There's opportunities everywhere. Like, so all of that to say, am I thinking that this is gonna be like he's the one, or even that I like him? No. I'm just keep getting stuck on this question and I don't know how to answer it. Where do you work? What am I supposed to tell people? I don't work. But I'm also not asking you to provide anything for me. If you want to do that, that is a plus for me. That's like, well, first of all, when you don't ask me what I do for a living, that's a plus. But if you're asking me, that's what I wanted to know. So I'm on here to ask that question. If there's any black men on here, okay, or men of color, but specifically black men, because that's what I date. I like white men, but white men never, like, y'all don't ever come to me. So I don't know. Black men are the ones that approach me. But if a white man likes me, come on. You got some money? Come on. Oh, white men like me. Now that's the thing. So I live down here in Mexico, right? And in the marina, old white men and old white women, they love me. I want a young one. Give me a young white man. But anyway, why are you asking the girl what she does for a living? That's the question. Number one, why are you asking? Why do you ask the woman what she does for a living? What does it matter, right? Like, what is your reasoning behind? Is it just to make conversation? Is it just to get to know her? Or is it to feel her out to see if she can be a contributor financially to the life? That's what I don't know, right? And then my second question is what am I supposed to say when a man asks me what do I do for work? Because I don't work. And I just feel like I've been honest with many of them and saying, I don't work. I've been honest. I don't work. I don't work. But that doesn't seem to be getting me anywhere. So I'm wondering, what is an acceptable answer? If you're not a man that wants and has a desire and didn't have an example in front of you of a man providing, this probably won't be the best question for you. Oh no, he's texting me now. Hold on. I don't know what to say, sir. What am I supposed to say? I don't work, but I also get money. Y'all help me. Somebody comment below. Please send this to some brown brothers. If you got a brother, if you got a cousin. That's my first question. Like, I think, and the reason why I want to know why he's asking, but is because if he's asking for, oh no, he's texting me again. When if you're asking me to If you're asking me, you see, I'm over here getting distracted, right? Okay, stop doing that because the little notifications are coming down, and I usually don't even have notifications on my phone because I don't really. That's not my thing anyway. So, are you asking just to make conversation? Are you asking just because did I ask him? Well, no, I didn't ask him what he did for a living. I just said, how's work? Because I realized, during the day when he's at work, he doesn't really text. He does text, but he doesn't text a whole lot. And that's great because that's what I'm talking about. I need you to have a job where it requires you to stay focused, not something that where you just be sitting texting me all day. No, thank you. Men that text all day, no thanks. Where's your job? Right? But I'm not asking you. I'm just going to assume that you don't have something that's very mentally tasking that you can, or that you have these big chunks of time. I'm not going to ask. Like, I don't care to ask, but like, let's say if we go out, I can start to tell because I didn't come from lack. So I can recognize certain things, right? I can just recognize certain things through behaviors and through conversation, through the words that men or women use. I can tell if they came from lack or if they came from a secure childhood, financially and emotionally. I can tell. However, what am I supposed to say? Are they, number one, are they asking just to make conversation? Is that just a list of questions to ask? You know how, like, what's your favorite color? When's your birthday? That kind of stuff. Is it in that category? And what am I supposed to say when they're asking me, oh, where do I work? Because the truth, I'm telling you, the truth is that I don't work. But I also don't ask anybody for anything I don't have to. And I think that deeper discussion, like if I'm with somebody, deeper discussion about my financials could be had. But the scenario that I'm discussing with you is not a scenario I'm going to have with a person that I just met a week ago. I'm just not. Like, I don't even know how to get into that conversation. Like, I don't know, y'all. But I just told y'all, didn't I? Didn't I just counteract what I just said? If I just told y'all to listen. But the thing is, I'm not trying to date y'all. I don't know if I'm trying to date him either. But I am trying to do this social experiment and see what the hell am I supposed to say? Y'all not helping me. But listen, when you think, maybe you got to think about it like I got to think about it. Phone a friend, do something. But let me know. Number one, why do men ask a woman what she does for a living? Like, I want a man to tell me, like, if a man is asking you, what do you do for a living? Why are he asking you that? What is the point? What is he listening for? Right? And number two, if the woman doesn't work, and the true truth is that I don't know many people that live a life. I don't know anybody that lives a lifestyle like I live. I just knew, but this is the way I wanted to live, and I made it happen for myself. And it took a long journey. Maybe it wasn't so long. Maybe it wasn't so long. It wasn't a long journey because I'm a time traveler, right? I quantum jump. So I won't say that it was a long journey in human time, in like sapien time. Definitely not that. But because I moved so fast through it, it was tumultuous. So it took a lot of bumps and bruises and sacrifices to get to this lifestyle. But I'm very, happy and satisfied. I've never wanted to work. I wasn't raised to work. So that's just not really built in me to work or work hard, right? To labor, that's not in me to do. So anyway, y'all help me with that. Why do men ask you, if you're a man, if you're a black man, why do you ask a woman, like, do you ask a woman what she does for a living? And why do you ask a woman what she does for a living? And number two, what am I supposed to say? Y'all help me with my words. I don't work. But I'm not asking them to do anything. I'm in the get to know you phase. I'm in just the get to know you phase. So I'm not asking you for anything, right? My thing is that when you see me and meet me and feel like that I add value to your life, then paying for things for me will come naturally for you. I don't have to ask you to do it. I've never had to ask a man to pay anything for me. Once a man meets me and starts speaking with me and hears me talk, and sees what I can offer just by being myself, I don't have to ask. So I wasn't asking, not asking. I'm never asked that. Never ask no man to pay no bills for me. If you do that because you see the value that I add to you, and I do. But I haven't dated anybody in years. So I guess I'm just trying to have conversation, and I'm getting stuck on a few questions. And this is one of the questions. What the hell am I supposed to say? What do you do for work? I don't work. Because automatically when you say that, well, I remember I said that to somebody last week, and they called me broke. He was so mad. He flipped so fast. He called me broke and told me that I was basically going to be mooching or pulling off of him. And I'm like, sir, you don't even like rejection. You're sitting on a dating website. You're a man. Somebody who's supposed to labor and toil and bring in money. Yeah, you're spending a bunch of time on a dating website because you're afraid of a girl to tell you no to your face. I won't be mooching on you for anything. I got more kahunas than you do. I live a life where I don't have to work, and I'm a grown-ass woman. That's balls, baby. So, anyway, I love myself. I love you. And if you guys can help me with this, that would be very helpful. This won't be long because I just need an answer. So, y'all let me know. Like the video, share the video, subscribe. And that's it. I love myself, and I love you. Help me out. Tell me what to say. Bye, guys.